U.S. Customs and Border Patrol seems to be facing a little bit of a mutiny. A revolt took place when the chief Border Patrol agent, guy by the name of Raul Ortiz, went down to the border to try to give his team a little bit of a pep to encourage them to get back to work, saying that the mission lies ahead and they needed to embark upon it. Let's learn about who this guy is before we see how his team responded to that message. This is Raul L. Ortiz. He's the 25th chief of the United States Border Patrol, and he took that position on August 15, 2021, of course, part of the Biden team. Oversees domestic border security operations, ports of entry alongside 5,000 miles with Canada, 2,000 miles with Mexico, oversees 20,000 Border Patrol agents, 30 years of law enforcement experience, another 20,000 Border Patrol agents and professional staff across the entire country. And so this guy is highly involved in the monitoring of the borders. And so he went down to have a conversation, and this is what the scene looked like. Let's listen in. You can see that it's going to start with this rah-rah speech. He's got the entire group of Border Patrol agents around. They're all masked up, as you can see. Not him, of course. And he's going to be sort of giving them this speech that we got to make sure we're getting back to work.
We stay focused. We continue to do the job and the mission that we signed up for. Right? We all signed up for it. We all raised our hand.
It's kind of hard to say that.
To defend the Constitution, not the...
It's not hard to say it. It may be hard for you to say it, but I've been doing this for 31 years.
Whoa.
It's not hard for me to say it.
Whoa, okay, so you can see there's a little bit of a pushback right there. Says it's not so hard for me to see what we're doing here. I've been doing it for 30 years, whereas other Border Patrol agents are saying, well, the mission that we signed up for was to protect the Constitution and preserve the borders, not to do what we're doing now. And so Mr. Ortiz responds accordingly.
Every day I wake up and I'm committed to this organization and I'm committed to each one of y'all.
We say the same thing, but it seems like the policy's kind of...
Then you keep releasing criminal agents.
Whoa.
You're getting bogged down.
You're getting bogged down. Now, before he said that, somebody in the background said, you know, you keep saying that you're here and you're supporting the mission, but it doesn't seem like that because our policies are not in alignment with your rhetoric. What's up with that? And you're going to hear him say, well, you're getting bogged down in the policies. And these guys are presumably, and females are saying, hey, yeah, that's the whole point, right? We're supposed to be here preserving and protecting and executing on a mission. And if the policies are not in alignment with that mission, well, then what the heck are we doing here? Here's how this continues. Somebody says, Mr. Chief, you can't even say the phrase illegal alien, can you?
You're getting bogged down in the policies and the politics.
You can't even say illegal alien.
What's that?
You can't even say...
That's why Chief Scott left.
You just said it.
Somebody says you can't even say that word illegal alien. Now, I don't know how this was supposed to be taken, whether somebody was saying, sir, you can't say the word illegal alien, or somebody saying, sir, you here as a matter of policy can't say the word illegal alien. Now, I think that the Border Patrol agents were asking the question of Mr. Ortiz, sir, you won't even say the phrase illegal alien. Not that we can't say the phrase illegal alien, although it does sound like there is a policy there that you cannot say the phrase illegal alien because he says you just said it and there were no consequences for that. So as you can see, he's sort of implying there's actually no enforcement of that policy. So don't use that as a criticism to me. But I think what they were saying is not that we can't say it ourselves. It's that, sir, you won't say it. Let's see how this continues.
You just said it.
You can't
Is
say
anything going to happen to you? You just said it.
The whole generation.
Why are you guys getting caught up in semantics?
Semantics.
There's a mission out there to be. There's a mission out there to be had, guys.
There's a mission out there. You guys are getting caught up in semantics. Stop saying illegal alien versus illegal immigrant versus undocumented migrant versus whatever type of phraseology you want to use, he's saying. We've got work to do and we've got to get out there and execute on the mission. All of this other nonsense is all semantics. Until somebody says this, yes, but sir, for evil to triumph, all that is required is that good men do nothing.
We can sit here and argue about it till we're blue in the face, right? I've been doing this job as long as y'all.
That's the problem.
What's that?
That's the problem, Chief.
That's a problem, Chief.
For evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That's
I can't hear
what's
you.
happening. For evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That's exactly what's happening here. Good men are doing nothing.
For evil to triumph, all that's required is for good men to do nothing. And he says, Chief, congratulations on the 31 years, but that is part of the problem. It's been a problem for 31 years. You've been here for 31 years, and he's absolutely right about that. I'm an Arizona boy. I've been here my whole life, and it's been a problem as long as I've been alive, longer than 31 years. And so we have a lot of these people who've been lifelong bureaucrats promising that they're going to be doing something about this, and then not. Somebody says, yep, that's exactly right. All that is necessary is for good men to do nothing. And in fact, under this leadership, it's exactly what happens. Nobody is doing anything.
What's that?
That's the problem, Chief. For evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That's
I can't hear
what's
you.
happening. For evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing. That's exactly what's happening here. Good men are doing nothing. You're allowing illegal aliens to be dropped off in communities.
You are doing something.
No, sir, we're not.
You are.
No,
You're-
But says you're allowing them to be dropped off in our communities. You've seen the headlines. You've seen the Biden administration ferrying people on secret flights all around the country. Somebody at the Border Patrol is telling the Border Patrol chief, you know that that's happening, and we're not doing what we signed up to do. And he doesn't take that. He says, you're still doing a ton of good. It's not the type of good that you may think you should be doing, but you're doing the type of good we think you should be doing. Here's what that sounds like.
We're not.
You are. You're rescuing people every day. You're taking fentanyl off the streets every day. You're taking methamphetamine
Yes, and under this
criminal
administration
aliens
for the
off the
last
streets
year, we
every
got the
day.
highest fentanyl death.
Says you are doing a bunch of good stuff. Drugs coming off the street, fentanyl's coming off the street. And that begs the question, where's the fentanyl coming from? Why is it coming off the streets? Well, it's because the border's pretty porous. You're seeing a lot of it pour through, which is why they're so, I think, concerned about this. And you're going to listen to the Border Patrol chief say, listen, look at all the fentanyl seizures. They're up this year. Very, very good work because the borders are overrun. We've seen it on the news over the last 18 months. Here's what he says.
We got the highest fentanyl death in the history of our country. In 1 year, in this country.
You know, we've made more fentanyl seizures already this year than we made last year. How many?
He says more fentanyl seizures this year than all of last year. And I'm not so sure that that is a big feather in your cap when your borders are open and porous and drugs are coming across in record quantities, and you just happen to skim a couple of the percentage points off the top, makes your numbers look real good, doesn't bode too well for America. And so somebody is asking him in particular, saying, you know, what are we doing here? And he's recognizing, I'm not sure either, but we're working on it.
We made last year.
How many have we not catch because we're focusing on expanding? And that's the problem.
And we're working on it.
We're working
Where
on
are
it.
the results? We don't have results.
Somebody asks, how many have we not caught because we've been focusing on other things? And he says, well, I don't know. I have no idea, but we're going to look into it. We're going to figure it out. And so Border Patrol Chief Ortiz catching it from not just one or two Border Patrol agents, kind of feels like the whole room is turned against him. This is what happens when you set bad policies in motions and you are a government bureaucrat who's been a part of an agency for 30-something years that really hasn't changed or improved the situation at all. And so I'd love to see what you have to say about it. Leave your comments down in the comments section below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button before you get out of here. We have a live show we do every weekday, and I'd love it if you joined us because I look forward to seeing you on the next one.